Hey, it's 8:49. I think it's June 14th. It's Sunday. You're looking at my blanket. So let me just kind of put my phone down on top of the blanket. It's going to be kind of blurry, so there's not going to be any pictures. But I just woke up a time ago, and I'm getting ready to start my day. And, what's on my mind is, I try to process my feelings in this situation. And, you know, um, what's bothering me is, of course, we're heading towards the upcoming week. We're coming up to the regular weekday. And this is when I feel pressured to look for work and the anxiety starts to get to me. And it's been this ebb and flow for over a decade. And I had been making videos about, the situation that I had been in, talking about me being forced into a network that I didn't want. And, I realized that this particular group were thinking that, well, if she just waits long, if they waited long enough, or time, the passage of time was going to make me change my mind and everything else. And the passage of time only reaffirmed my feelings. And this is why I'm so traumatized, because when I think about the fear of me losing many years of my life in this, and then being directed into situations that I had already said that I outright refused to do, such as having anything to do with ex relationships. I was very clear about my victimization in this situation. I've said it so many times, and they kept overriding everything I said. I feel like somebody raped me, or it's the equivalent. That's exactly how I feel, because when you tell people, hey, this is what I want, and they ignore you. And see, this is the exact. This is exactly why, throughout the years, I don't know exactly. Okay, like this particular girl, Tanya. Like I said, I don't know her very well. I possibly could have known her at Eurotown, which is where I feel like I've met her. Okay, and I only met her. I never had a conversation with this girl. Like, and somehow or another, she was able to convince the people that I used to know that I was a part of her network, and that everybody was under this impression that I was dependent on them. I never asked this group for anything. And these people were trying to force me into marriage when I said that I didn't, and most likely to people that I had already said I wanted nothing to do with. And see, like I said, they kept thinking, well, time is going to pass on, and then she's not going to be upset about this. They thought that maybe I would even be happy about being in this situation. Like, these people were people that I used to know. I am mortified, and I'm heartbroken. I'm disturbed. I'm angry. This is everything I didn't want. And it's like, I had made it very clear. I cannot understand how in the world. And then I wake up depressed every day because I didn't ask to be in this situation. I've said it very directly over and over again. And all of this situation has caused me a lot of problems and a lot of depression. Um, I left the people in Lancaster and the people that I used to know, and I was certain that I wanted nothing to do with them. It is not about the passage of time. It is everything about me being a person who knows what they want and didn't want to be in this situation. And I feel so victimized by people insisting on it, trying to make it so that, or assuming that after time it's going to happen. No, I'm even more traumatized. As time went on, the more traumatized I became. Like, and then, they put me in a situation where I believe this Tanya girl was telling people that, of course, when people are racist, the first thing that they want to say about you is, when you're lazy. I have not ever been lazy in any of my jobs, especially here in Bakersfield, okay? But see, these are the sort of things, she must have said a lot of lies and told a lot of lies. And these lies went, I guess, viral because, according to the community, she's white, therefore she's white, right. And because I was a woman of color, I was screwed. Okay, I was screwed. They didn't care what happened to me. And I don't even know this girl, not really. Okay, but I do know that I've come to understand based on my readings, and I'm talking about this ancient deck that I'm creating, right? Matching up biblical stuff. I've come to understand that she's probably a what do you call it? A clone of a distant relative. Okay, it doesn't matter if she's my relative or what. This is not what I asked for. I moved here to Bakersfield by myself. By myself, okay, with my son, okay, and I'm beyond angry that these people involved themselves into my life and directed me in a situation when I said it over and over and over again. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Okay. And then, I've talked about my exes. I only had 3 official ex-boyfriends. 3. That's all throughout my life. Now, I remember having people come over, hanging out, they might have a drink of wine or many, many, many years ago, beer many years ago. I don't consider those boyfriends. Those are people that you met and you may have spent some time when dated with. But see, actual relationships where it was completely understood, there was a formal agreement, verbal agreement, that I was their girlfriend and they were my boyfriend. Okay? And I have not had any of those in years. So, and I know that Bruce's family was involved in this and everything. I am beyond traumatized that you have ruined my life and then tried to make me accept something I didn't want. Okay? And this is my life. Okay? So when I left Murray Family Farms, like I said, the first thing I wanted to do was I wanted to start over again. I wanted to get away from everybody and everything that overstimulated me. I wanted to get away from everything that overstimulated me. I wanted to have a fresh, clean start, right? That would have been the best thing for me to have been able to move in an area, right, where I didn't know anybody, where the people who caused me these problems, I was not going to have any chance of interacting with them whatsoever. I could feel comfortable and I could have had a better chance at life. Okay, so they prevented me from being able to do any of that, right? And I ended up having to be here, okay, and be around people who treat me like I'm nothing, and yet uphold this girl as if she was sitting here telling the truth. I have had my entire life ruined because of this person. And so, and no, it is not the passage of time. The passage of time has not made it so that it softened my heart, that made me want to be around the people who abused me. All of these people who sat here, okay, while I was sitting here basically telling these people exactly how I feel, okay, and then letting me stay in this situation thinking that I was going to be okay, or I was just letting off steam. I feel as though that is the equivalent of basically abusing me to the point of where you made me silent and I was forced to put up with this nonsense. Okay, so I just recently woke up. I'm trying to get my day started, and see, like I said, Sunday starts to create anxiety in me all over again, because I have to go out and work, try to find work after this person spoiled the waters for me, and then I have to, it bothers me because, like I said, my credit's ruined. I have no vehicle. My credit's ruined. My vehicle got repossessed. I was blacklisted. I was shadow banned. I suffered for all of this stuff, and I have nothing to show for it. Meanwhile, this girl isn't even in jail. She should be in jail, okay? And my life is absolutely in shambles, okay? And it wasn't completely unwarranted. And I don't care what the excuse was, okay? When somebody says something, listen to them. I didn't want to be associated with these people. I mean, my heart is so beyond broken. Like, I can't even... I try to get away from it, to stop thinking about it, but it just always surfaces. Okay? And something about people thinking that I was a magician and all this other stuff. I have the ability to manifest, but it's not something like... Manifestation is basically when you focus on something and you draw it to you. And the reason... But it's not that easy. It's like you try to create an environment where you are going to be magnetic towards the things that you desire, okay? And that has everything to do with creating an atmosphere. Sometimes it has something to do with being around the kind of people that are going to bring you those sort of things. But it's not like, some Samantha bewitched bullshit. Whatever the case is, I deal with depression, and I deal with this feeling of, what am I going to do? You know what I mean? I'm not happy, being reliant on my son. And I know that my son's been very accommodating. I appreciate it. But at the same time, I don't feel good about myself having to be codependent. I don't believe in being codependent. And it's just the fact that throughout my life, as well as my other lifetimes, I have been abused by people, and I initially do not like doing that. Right? Because I can tell, if you've dealt with repeated abuse over and over again, and I do believe that throughout my incarnations, they have always put me in situations like this. Throughout, and I will tell you, I am tired of it. Do not ever think that it's okay for you to ignore what I say. Don't think that it's okay that, no, I do not want to get married. No, I don't care about people coming from especially people from the past. Okay? The people from the past, it's nightmarish. It's like, I have evolved and I want things in my life. It's like, oh God. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. I want Tanya out of my life and stay out of my life. Okay? I know a lot of people, especially religious people, they look at women who are single and they have to work, and they always want to sit here and speculate, okay? This is one of the reasons why this whole issue reeks of sexual harassment. Because oftentimes, women are looking for work, they're trying to get on with their lives, and then people come in with, they assume, well, you must want to get married because you're this old and you want this. Just leave me alone. Okay, it's like, if somebody comes in looking for a job, then you need to understand that that's what they're looking for. No, I didn't ask for a fucking kingdom spouse, okay? And I really hate it. I hate it so much. You know what I mean? I don't want to get married. I don't want people near me. I don't want people bothering me. I don't want any of that. At all. Okay, especially after the community harassment. Okay, and it's like, what made these people think that, no, there is no passage of time. Everything just reaffirmed that I need to get away from these people. Okay, and I feel very abused. Very abused. Okay, anyway, I'm trying to start my day. I want to keep this video light and very short, because that's really how I feel, and that's the first thought that's coming to my mind this morning. It's the first thought that comes to my mind every morning. And it has been this way consistently. I wanted people out of my life so I can get on with my life. I never once asked for any of this. Okay? And, the thing is, I never asked to be a part of a network. I never, ever, even when I was pregnant with my son, I never asked for the Collins to do anything for me either. I never asked for them to help me. And, I don't want people, I just, what I want? I wish I could have had an opportunity to start all over again like I wanted to. That's what I wanted more than anything. Like I said, I wanted to be able to work around people who didn't have anything to do with this community, that had, I wanted a better chance at life after leaving Murray Family Farms, and they denied me that. Okay? It's like they kept dragging me back into this nightmare hell, and it's like, no, and especially after I found out I was adopted, absolutely not. After I I was like screaming from the top of I kept making videos almost every day, reiterating it. Leave me alone, and you wouldn't leave me alone. Okay? It's like, when you watch these sexual harassment videos, what goes through your mind? If somebody says they don't want to be in a relationship, listen to them. Just leave me alone. And so now I have to start my day, and then I have to sit here and worry about the week, me looking for work, and then the whole anxiety starts all over again. All because people didn't listen to me in the first time. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. The message I'm getting right now is that people believe that I'm a skilled magician. Okay, like I said, I think you're a little bit unrealistic. It's not fair that I made efforts in my life to have something in my life where, I wanted to be around people that I chose. Okay, and I don't care about people saying, oh, we're interested in your philosophy. I hate it. 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 It's like this particular group wanted to sit here and hover around me and invite people that they want. And this is exactly why Tanya caused all these fucking problems. I don't know this person. Okay? But she was doing things behind the scenes, creating issues, and she had full control over everything because she was making it so that people weren't able to communicate with each other. And it's this covert nature of this program, which is what allowed her to get away with it. Okay? I don't want to, I am beyond upset. Okay, I am tired of people acting like, well, I can't say anything. I'm tired of people protecting Tanya's name when I'm the one who's dealing with the anxiety. I'm the one who's left to deal with the trauma. Nobody cares about resolving my trauma issues. They constantly uphold her feelings. Oh, you're sitting here bending over backwards to protect your lying prophet. Give me a fucking break. Okay, I'm sick and damn tired of it. Okay, tired of it. So anyway, I'm going to get off here because it's been 15 minutes and I feel like, there's times I just go on and on and on. But that's the underlying thing that I feel. I wanted to start my life all over again in Los Angeles. I wanted to be, and I'm not going to Los Angeles. I have no resources to do that. Okay, this particular network ruined my life. They ruined it. Okay, something about them being fans of my father's apparition, which this is why I feel completely disrespected by this network. Oh, they sit there and talk about the apparition. They built this whole thing around it, but they never include me in it. Ever. Nobody says anything to me. And because of this, the dehumanization of the way that they behave, including my son. They'll talk to my son about stuff, but somehow I'm not involved in it. I'm tired of being, and this goes for everybody in this network, okay? Leave me alone, okay? I mean, seriously, when it comes to you, my son has no right, not I'm saying my son, it's like you have no right to sit here and tell my son to keep this secret from me and all this other stuff. It's wrong. It's wrong, okay? Something about... I'm looking for work and I'm tired of it. And I wish, and see, I know that my work life here in this community is never going to be what I really need it to be. It's always going to be, because I wish you would have just listened to me in the first place. And see, I have been given a life, the rest of my life has been given a low quality life that I feel that I didn't ask for. Because I'm going to be around people that I didn't ask for. Everything about my life is something that I didn't ask for. Okay, it's around their people. It's around their stuff. It's like, I get nothing but depressed. Nothing but depressed. So it's like, this isn't what I wanted. I made sure that I got myself into alignment of what I wanted in life. I wanted to get on with my life, and I got stuck with this shit, and I hate it. I hate it. Okay, the message I'm getting right now is, okay, so far on the new newsletter that I'm working on, I believe the information is accurate. Like I said, I'm working with... a new card spread that I'm getting. Right now I'm talking about, the whole Esau thing, and then this issue of Joseph Smith, and then the next incarnation. I'm trying to figure out where our timelines crossed, okay? This Tanya person, I don't ever want to see you again. I don't care. And see, a lot of times people think, well, I'll do this. It's like, you need to understand, do not think that I want to be associated with you. My life right now, I choose to be very reserved with people. I'm going to be very closed off. Okay. I don't ever want to have any conversations with Tanya. I will never be cooperative with her, ever. Okay. I don't know what the deal is with her and my son, but if she ever comes to this house, I will not talk to her. I want nothing to do with this person. Okay. And when I say something, it needs to be understood. Okay, I mean, people don't understand, I look at this situation and I feel completely victimized by it. Okay, many years have passed by, okay, and I did not get to complete and work on my goals the way that I wanted them to. Okay, I wanted my work talked about. I wanted it to be discussed with me, not behind my back, not with other people talking about it, not with any of that other stuff. I wanted it. I wanted to be able to have that feedback. I was completely ignored in my own project, and this particular group decided to get into my project, right, and take it over and exclude me. Everything about this network, I hate. I hate this network. I hate it. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video, finally, and I will be back with another video later. There are no visuals to this, right, but, it's just me ranting and expressing my feeling because it is real. It's real. And, I feel the way that I do. I had great hopes for starting over. I had great hopes for my project. I had great hopes for doing things that I wanted to do. You have destroyed my life. Okay, I don't really want to hear any apologies, and they will not be accepted. Leave me alone.